going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jeff Overton, pastor of Mars Hill Baptist Church. And it's that time of year again where the hallways of the schools come alive with life. We love hearing the children go back, their laughter, their squeals, the excitement. And we want you to know at Mars Hill Baptist Church, we're praying for you as you start back to school. Whether you're in the kindergarten and starting your very first day, or whether this is your senior year, it's the last time you're going to walk the halls of that high school. We want you to know we're praying for you and we're supporting you. We're praying you have a great, productive year, a safe year, and when you come to the end of this school year, you look back and say, what a great year it's been. I also like to encourage you. We have a great children and student ministries at Mars Hill Baptist Church, and we'd love to come alongside you and help you grow in that area of your life as well. So as you begin this school year, begin knowing we're behind you, we support you, and we love you. God bless you. Have a great school year.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tenakee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tenakee Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit tenakee.com.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Why should you bank with Employee Resources Credit Union? We offer a wealth of services, including mobile banking, video banking, bill pay, and more. We also offer loan rates that are lower than those of our competitors. Employee Resources Credit Union has been a financial pillar since 1964, providing long-time support to members of the community. Join us and become part of the ERCU commitment, not for profit, for service.
Working with Gina was great because she really knows this area. I gave her the specifications of what I was looking for, and she took me right to my forever home.
I met Gina when she sold my son's home within 5 days after it hit the market. With my home, from the day the sign hit the yard to the day we signed the papers, Gina was there every step of the way. Her involvement in the sale of my home was the best decision that I made.
We never felt like Gina was pushing us to make a deal with a buyer. She knew what we wanted, and she worked diligently to get us the best offer for our properties.
working hard for my clients to make their dreams come true. Let me work for you.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Pat's Cafe and Catering has been proudly serving customers in Lawrenceburg since 1987. For 4 generations, our family-run cafe has served up delicious breakfast and lunch favorites, with friendly service and a welcoming atmosphere. We also offer full-service catering and can help to make your next party or event a success. For great food and friendly faces, visit us today at Pat's Cafe and Catering.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome out to South Lawrence Elementary School, everybody. Here for some middle school volleyball action here on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Michael Marks here with you, bringing you South Lawrence Lady Stallions volleyball here on the X Sports Network. Just got the season underway on Tuesday as South Lawrence took down Leoma in 2 sets. So the Lady Stallions 1-0 on the year, looking to make it 2-0 as they have welcomed the Lady Tigers of Mount Pleasant into town. And we just finished up the B-team game. South Lawrence won that one in 2 sets. As now we look to get this varsity game started here. Got plenty of volleyball action on for you here at the X Sports Network. Here in about 30 minutes, we'll have E.O. Kaufman at Battle Creek. And starting up here at the same time is also Summertown Middle taking on New Prospect. So the teams getting their high fives underway. Again, South Lawrence looked very good in their opener against Leoma. Definitely had a little rust to knock off, but again, South Lawrence will start their season off with 5 straight home games this week and then the 3 games next week. Then the following week they will start making some road trips. We got E.A. Cox and Kaufman on the road that week. As we look to get started here, South Lawrence in their home black uniforms with white numbers and letters, and Mount Pleasant in their gray uniforms with red sleeves and red number and lettering. And Mount Pleasant will start the serve off with number 32, Allie McKissick. And McKissick with the serve, and we are underway. Dug out there by the Lady Stallions. Methvin will set that one up. And a spike there from Surratt, but that's going to go out the back, and Mount Pleasant will get the scoring started. McKissick to serve once again. She'll send it over, and that one will be out in the far corner. And now South Lawrence will get their turn to serve with number 20, Knoxley Webb. Webb had an excellent game on Tuesday. And she'll start off with a serve dug out here by the Lady Tigers. Sent back over. Methvin and Cox will get it back over. Okay, so they're going to say it went off the rafters, point South Lawrence. On the redirect there from, I believe that was number 13, Zoe McCool. Webb to serve again. And that one's going to drop in for an ace right there as number 20, Taylor Tucker, there for the Lady Tigers. Thought that one was going to go out the back, but a perfect serve will land in for Webb. Webb to serve once again. And that one will go out the back over the head of Allie McKissick. And point back to Mount Pleasant. Now back to serve for the Lady Tigers is number 12, Presley Klein. And we also have some subs. That's Aaliyah Baugh, who will come in for Taylor Tucker. Klein to serve. And that one's going to go long. But they're going to say that went off the hands of Habry Daniels. So point Mount Pleasant, and they'll serve again. Scores knotted up at 3 here in the first set between Mount Pleasant and South Lawrence. And Klein will send that one into the net. Point and serve back to South Lawrence. As it'll be Addie Surratt to serve now. Surratt herself had a very good game on Tuesday. And she'll send that one over. Dug out by Klein. Now Baugh sends it over. Now a little miscommunication there by South Lawrence, and that will be a point for Mount Pleasant as Baugh gets the kill there. Zoe McCool to serve for Mount Pleasant now. And a high one, that'll be dug out by Webb, and Landry Cox will do whatever she could to try to get it over, but won't be able to do that. And that will be another point for Mount Pleasant. And another serve there by McCool. That will be off the net. Serve back to South Lawrence. It's number 22, Izzy Medvin, back to serve. And she'll send it over, a long one, but a good job dug out there by McCool. And Klein will just send it back over. Dug out by Cox. Now Newton will set up Daniels, who sends it back over. Cox to Newton. Daniels again. Oh, and a good job dug out there by McCool, but that one's going to go out the backside. And another point for South Lawrence off the kill from Daniels. Medvin back to serve. And she'll send it over, and that one's going to be out the backside. A little bit too much on that one as Mount Pleasant ties it back up. Now back to serve will be Shelby Kennedy for the Lady Tigers. Newton is going to send that one up, and the block there by Baugh. And that will be back-to-back points for Mount Pleasant, as they've looked very good here in the early going. And that one's going to go out the back off the long serve from number 6, Lily Howell. As we've got a sub in for Mount Pleasant, as number 11, or pardon, is number 6, Lily Howell coming back in, and coming out, pardon, and Taven Law checking in. Law's going to dig that one out, Klein. And now McCool just trying to send it over, and that will be off the rafters. Point to South Lawrence. Back-to-back points here for the Lady Stallions as they look to go on a bit of a run. This is kind of where they found their footing Tuesday against Leoma, as Landry Cox is back to serve. Cox will send it over, and not a good hit there from Presley Klein, as that one's going to go into the stands, 9-7 South Lawrence. Again, South Lawrence coming off an excellent season last year in volleyball. Middle school Final Four team, as that one's going to be out. And point Mount Pleasant, as we've got sub looking to check in. It's number 20, Taylor Tucker, as she will get Aaliyah Ball. Got a bit of a stoppage here. Nine to 8 your score. South Lawrence with the lead. As now the sub will come in the game. And Tucker will serve. And she'll send it over. Dug out by Methvin. Cox. And Methvin tried to hit it back over, but just two bad hits there. And South Lawrence couldn't do anything with it. As we're tied back up, serve to Mount Pleasant. Neither team been able to build momentum early. As this one has been back and forth the whole way through. As that one's going to drop in. And South Lawrence wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with you as you're watching middle school volleyball here on the X Sports Network.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as the Summit at Home, is a licensed non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options, and long-term care policies at 931-762-2310. We look forward to assisting you with keeping your independence longer.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to South Lawrence Elementary School here for South Lawrence versus Mount Pleasant. I'm Michael Marks here bringing you middle school volleyball action. And the block there from Klein is going to tie this one back up. Or pardon. That was point Mount Pleasant, so 11-9 Mount Pleasant. And out of the South Lawrence timeout, just looking to get something going. Webb back to Newton. And now Webb with the kill. Or pardon, with the spike dug out by Law. Webb to Newton. And Daniels. And that one's going to get down. Law made a diving play for it, but couldn't get good contact, and that one will drop in point for South Lawrence as Habry Daniels up to serve. Daniels sends it over, dug out by Law. Good athletic play there. And sent back over by McKissick. Dug out by Methvin. Newton setting up Webb, who will just hit it back over. Law. Over to McKissick. Now Klein. Well, send it back over. Oh, good job by Methvin to dig it out. And Webb almost into the stands there. And Newton and Cox couldn't make a play on it there, as it was hit back into play, but they had over-pursued too much on that last hit. Back to serve for Mount Pleasant is number 11, Denasia Bennett. Bennett sent a rocket over. Cox can't do anything with it. Hits it back to Daniels. And Newton will send it over. Law. McCool. And Klein. Now Newton hits it over to Webb, who gets the kill. Mount Pleasant leads 12-11 here in the first set. As Tess Newton is back to serve here for the Lady Stallions. Newton sends it over. Law digs it out. Now to Klein. Over to McCool, who's going to hit it long and out the back. And South Lawrence tied it back up now here at 12. So we're getting to the middle parts here of this first set. Newton. Send a high one over. Law. Man, that dropped in a hurry on Taven Law. And she thought that was for sure going to come all the way back to that corner. But it dropped right in front of her. As Newton gets the ace, as she's back to serve again. Now South Lawrence in the lead. Newton sends it over. Oh, that one a little short this time. Methvin to Surratt. Back to Methvin, who will poke it down and in for the kill. Dropped it right in there in front of Taylor Tucker. Now it's seeming that timeout starting to pay off for the Lady Stallions, as they've gotten their lead up to 2 now. 14-12 is your score. Newton sends that one over, and they're going to send it back out of bounds. Denasia Bennett a little bit too much on that one. As we've got a timeout, Mount Pleasant. We'll take it with them. You're watching middle school volleyball here on the X Sports Network.
Here at Fields & Brown Barbershop, legacy means a lot. We're trying to fill big shoes left by my 2 uncles and my grandfather, where every haircut came with conversation and every customer left a little taller than when they walked in. The barbershop is about pride. It's about knowing your barber knows your name and your story. Come see us at Fields & Brown Barbershop, where tradition never goes out of style. 3 generations, 1 legacy, your barbershop.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back out of the Mount Pleasant timeout. South Lawrence has built up a little momentum and a good bit of a lead here as they lead Mount Pleasant 15-12. Michael Marks here bringing you middle school volleyball action here on the X Sports Network. Newton still serving. She sends it over. Law digs it out to McCool. Now over to Klein. Dug out there by Daniels. Now to Methvin. And Daniels will send it back up from the back row. Law. McKissick. And Klein will send it over. Daniels called it out. And sit down and in by Knoxley Webb. And she's one of those, when she gets a hold of one, there is no stopping that one on the way down. 16-12 South Lawrence lead. As Newton sends it back over. And wow, that one dropped right in front of Law as she jumped up to send it over and sent it a bit too long. A miscommunication there between Law and McCool as to whose ball that was. 17-12 now. Newton been serving for a while and sends that one up. Dug out by Methvin. And now Webb will just send it back over. Law. Right to Surratt, who sends it right back. Oh, now Law there at the back row. Gets it back over, though. And that's going to be in the net there by Surratt. And point to Mount Pleasant as they stop that long South Lawrence rally. There at 7. So 17-13 is your score. Mount Pleasant with the serve again, and they're back to Allie McKissick to serve. McKissick will send it over. Cox, Methvin, and now Surratt will just send it back over. Dug out there by McKissick. Now Bennett, and that one's going to get over and down. Denasia Bennett with the kill there. Just trying to send it back over and found the soft spot and the Lady Stallions defense. It's 17-14. That one's sent over and over the head of Daniels. And that one's going to be in for the ace. (17-15) now. Mount Pleasant finding a little mojo out of the timeout. As McKissick sends that one out on the near side. And South Lawrence is now served around as Knoxley Webb is up again. And she'll send it over, and that one's going to go long. And we've got a sub coming in for Mount Pleasant. As number 14, Aaliyah Baugh, is going to check in for number 20, Taylor Tucker. And Presley Klein to serve for Mount Pleasant. And she'll send it over, and that one's long. As we go back and forth with long serves, it's 19-16. And up to serve for South Lawrence will be Addie Surratt. And Surratt with the serve into the net. And a team that was excellent serving on Tuesday is just not able to get into a groove today, other than Tess Newton. And that one just going to get over the net and out of bounds as Habry Daniels tried to save that one as it hopped off the top of the net. As it's now Zoe McCool back to serve from Mount Pleasant. As they've cut this one to 1. Webb, Methvin, Daniels with a little bit of heat under that one. And that one's down for a kill, 20-18 now, as Izzy Methvin's back to serve once again. Methvin will send it over, and in for the ace, dropped it right in between a trio of Lady Tigers. Methvin to serve once again. They'll send it over, that one high, and that one's going to drop in as well. Back-to-back aces for Izzy Methvin. And Methvin will serve. That one will be out. And point to Mount Pleasant. 22-19 as we're getting near the end of this first set. A good serve up there from Mount Pleasant. It's going to be sent back over. McKissick. And Barr out there trying to send it over and hit the wrong part of her wrist. Down. Point for South Lawrence as Landry Cox is up to serve. And Cox will send it over. Klein. And Baugh dug that one out into the net and poked down and in by Habry Daniels. Heads up play as that one may have been able to sneak over the net, and Daniels just slamming that one down with some authority. And match set point on the line. Oh, and a good kill right there from number 11, Denasia Bennett. So life still for Mount Pleasant as they're looking to sub here on this set point. It'll be Tucker in for Baugh once again as Taylor Tucker is back to serve. South Lawrence 1 point away from taking this first set here. Dug out there by Surratt. And now Webb. Oh, good job. That one dug out, and that's going to be into the rafters and point for South Lawrence, and they take set 1, 25-20. We'll be back for the second set here in a moment. You're watching middle school volleyball here on the X Sports Network.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretta, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
Want to take the next steps in taking care of your health? Tennessee Valley Allergy Services can make your goals a reality. Their team of doctors, nurses, and medical professionals are dedicated to providing allergy care and treatment, such as drops and shots, to fit your exact needs. Their expert services are for anyone ages 2 and older. Whether you struggle with environmental or food allergies, they've got you covered. Discover a better you at Tennessee Valley Allergy Services, located right next to the Zaxby's in Lawrenceburg. Book online or call 931-325-0757 to schedule your appointment today.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotionals, greeting cards, and much more can all be found at Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg. Shop local to find the perfect gift or have a custom gift basket made for just the right occasion. Paper and Thread has a party room now available for birthdays, classes, and so much more. We could go on and on about all the neat things you'll find at Paper and Thread, but you just need to hop in your car and head down there. 106 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg is where you'll find them and discover what makes Paper and Thread awesome. That's Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg, 106 North Military Avenue, just north of the square.
This is the X Sports Network.
And out of a back and forth first set, South Lawrence takes it 25-20 as we are getting ready for set number 2 here between South Lawrence and Mount Pleasant. Michael Marks here bringing you South Lawrence Lady Stallions volleyball here on the X Sports Network. South Lawrence, a bit stressful first set there for them, as a lot of the Mount Pleasant points came off of miscommunication or an errant serve. And again, this is a team that was excellent serving on Tuesday against Leoma. As it is Knoxley Webb back to start the serving for South Lawrence. Again, with a set win here, they can head to the house a little early. But if Mount Pleasant takes set number 2, it'll be a winner-take-all at set number 3. Webb back to serve, and she'll get it started, sending that one over and in for an ace. And she dropped that one in front of number 6, Lily Howell. And hit Howell a little too strong, trying to send it up to McKissick. So South Lawrence will get the scoring started. And, oh wow, what a play right there from McKissick to save that one. And Surratt sends that one down and into the net. Surratt with the strong hit there, send it into right at Law, who sent it back into the net. 2-0 South Lawrence. Webb with the serve. And that one's going to drop in for an ace as it goes right over the head of Taylor Tucker. And Law couldn't do anything with it, the libero in the back. Webb to serve. Law dug that one out. Now McKissick. And Law will send it back over. Dug out by Surratt. Methvin will set up Landry Cox, who sends it over. Dug out by Bennett to McKissick. And now Taylor will try to send it over. That is Taylor Tucker, who sent it into the rafters. Points for South Lawrence. They lead this one early 4-0. As Webb will continue the serve. And she's going to drop that one in for an ace. 5-0 South Lawrence lead. And Webb. Oh, beautiful serve once again, McCool. And the Lady Tigers diving all over the place to get that one back over. Methvin sets up Cox, who sends that one over and in for the kill. It was partially blocked by Klein, but went off the side of her hand and spun down and in. Point South Lawrence again. 6-0 lead now for the Lady Stallions. Webb with the serve. Bennett got that one and sent it back into the net. And Mount Pleasant trying to save that one, but won't be able to do so. It is 7-0 South Lawrence. Mount Pleasant will take a timeout. We'll take it with you. You're watching middle school volleyball here on the X Sports Network.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Carriers has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay now starting at $20 per hour, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website, southeastcarriers.com, or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to South Lawrence Elementary School Gym here in Loretto for this matchup between South Lawrence and Mount Pleasant. Here on the X Sports Network, I'm Michael Marks, and we're going to start back off just how we left off. Knoxley Webb with the ace. It is 8-0. South Lawrence with the lead. All right. On an absolute groove to start set number 2 after a back and forth set number 1. Dug out by Klein. McKissick back to Klein, who will send it over. Newton, Webb, and Methvin will send it back over. McCool sends that one back over, and Cox will send that one into the stands. And Mount Pleasant now on the board. South Lawrence looks very in control here in the first set, or in the second set, as Taven Law will check in for Denasia Bennett. McKissick to serve. Daniels, and Methvin pokes that one over. And Surratt sends that one down, and eventually it'll get down off a couple deflection off of Klein and McCool. And point South Lawrence is Addie Surratt is back to serve. Daniels, Methvin, and Cox on the front line for South Lawrence. And she's going to drop that one in. Addie Surratt with the ace. And South Lawrence already at 10. And they lead this one 10-1 here in the second set. Surratt sends that one over and in. Back-to-back aces for Addie Surratt. And for a team that hardly couldn't buy an ace in the first set, is just serving them up here in the second. And that one over. McCool sends that one up to Howell. Now back to McCool, sends it over. And Landry Cox will send that one into the net. Point for Mount Pleasant. And South Lawrence is not subbed yet here in this one, as it is Presley Klein back to serve for Mount Pleasant, as Taylor Tucker will take a seat, and Aaliyah Baugh will check in for the Lady Tigers. And Klein's going to send that one long and just out the back end. Point for South Lawrence. That one was definitely a close call. A heads-up move right there to let that one drop. Methvin with the serve will send it over. Law. And that one's going to drop in front of Aaliyah Baugh, as I don't think she saw that one was coming to her. 13-2 now, South Lawrence leads. Izzy Methvin back to serve. And that one sent up. Law digs that one out. Now to Howell. And Baugh. And that one, Cox tried to dig that one out but couldn't do so, and that will be another point for Mount Pleasant. Because after jumping out to a 9-0 lead, Mount Pleasant's trying to eat into that one, as it's 13-3 now. McCool sends that one over. Newton. a little bit far back, and Daniels is somehow going to drop that one in. Newton will probably admit that was not her best serve. She shared a look there with head coach Shelby Fisher, but Daniels with just enough under that one to get it to drop. Cox to serve, and that one's going to drop in for an ace as McCool couldn't control it there on the back row. 15-3 now. And Cox will serve. And that one's in, actually. Deja Bennett screamed out. And Allie McKissick led to her holding up, and Cox just dropped a beauty in right there on the here on the near side. Cox to serve once again, and she's going to drop another one in. Back-to-back aces for Cox. And South Lawrence going to work in the second set, similar to how they did it Tuesday. That one dug out by McKissick. Klein send it over to Bennett, who can't get it over. 18-3 is your score now, and South Lawrence just on an absolute tear. Cox will send that one down and in for the ace. McKissick tried to send it back, but did not get it in between those poles there. So point for South Lawrence, 19-3. Cox with the serve. Will drop that one in front of Klein, and Ball tried to send it back over, but could not do so, as that one will be out. Point South Lawrence. It is 20-3. Timeout Mount Pleasant. We'll take it with you. You're watching Mount Pleasant. You're watching middle school volleyball here on the X Sports Network.
A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M Medical features a separate well waiting room to meet your needs. Visit today and ask about A&M's weight loss program and telemedicine services. That's A&M Medical, located at 2367 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back out of the Mount Pleasant timeout. It has been all South Lawrence here in the second set as they lead this one 20-3. Michael Marks here bringing you middle school volleyball here on the X Sports Network. And it looked like we may have been getting a three-set kind of match off the first set as South Lawrence took that one 25-20. Looked a little shaky there in the first set, but Mount Pleasant really hung on with them. But, man, just from the start of this one, it has been all South Lawrence. Dug out there by McKissick. Klein. And Ball is going to send that one out the back. 21-3. Again, Mount Pleasant, after looking very solid in the first set, has just not been able to get a groove in the second set. As McKissick saves that one, and Bennett sends it back to Ball to try to send over and sends it into the net. 22-3 as Landry Cox is still serving. Like she's been back there for almost 10 points now. That one dug out by Klein. Ball. And Howell will try to get it over and will not be able to do so. Just short of the net, 23-3. South Lawrence 2 points away from closing it out. And going up to 2-0 on the season with 2 clean sweeps. As McCool, that one's going to go off her wrist. McKissick, though, to save it back in the center. Ball back into the net again as she just couldn't get enough of that one, 24-3. And potential match point here for Cox as she serves that one up. McKissick, Klein, and Bennett gets it over. Newton will send it back. Klein. Powell will send that one back over. Newton. And Daniels Tries to drop that one in, and what a job by Mount Pleasant to send it back over. Newton back to Daniels with the kill. And that will do it for the second set and the match, as South Lawrence is absolutely dominant as they take this one 25-3 in 2 sets. So for my producer Kevin Wright and Michael Marks, this has been Middle School Volleyball here on the X Sports Network. Have a good night, everybody.
This is the X Sports Network.